Hey, what's up, everyone? Once again, I screwed up the orientation when I was starting this up, and it's like this instead of the other way. But we're here chilling inside the camper. It's a really nice day. We actually had um, Timmy C. I already did a meetup. It was a couple weeks ago over my place. But yeah, I'll be doing another one soon. Already had monsoons hit here yesterday, and we're starting to get some clouds already come in today that are starting to form kind of right over in this section over here. And so yesterday was really nice. It was just like constant from over in this direction, just monsoons just rolling in. It was raining off and on throughout the entire day. And it was really, really comfortable, like really nice temperatures, like about 75 all day long and all that stuff. And then I've been working around here. If you can see, actually, let me flip this around real quick. If you can see here, been working on getting the garden area all set up. And so I'm using natural materials for the fence posts around. And then I've got more area back over here, which I've cleared. We'll go over here and I'll show you. So let me say what's up to everybody. Victor Debs, how's it going? Monty Lee, how's it going? From Kansas City, right on. Teresa, how's it going? Sierra's doing pretty good. We'll go back inside and say hello to her in a second. Then so he's like, hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Linda, San Giovanni, how's it going? Alan, what's up, buddy? Steve, Borg Resistance, hello. All right, so this is kind of like my garden area that I'm going to start really dialing in. And so, Camper Dude, what's going on? Razo Colo, hello, go. Vivian Sanchez, what's up? Joe Teeter, hey, what's up? So you can see I'm putting down like stones to kind of like section it off a little bit. And then if we come over here, you'll see how I'm using natural materials. These are just branches and stuff like that from trees that I'm harvesting around here. So we got somebody turning in from Florida. How's it going? Pollo Trome. So, and then like this post here, this was a tree that I knocked down. And so I want to use all these things from the materials around here. And that way, you know, it kind of makes it look cool. I've also got my hammock dialed in, and I've been trimming back my juniper trees because these trees here, essentially I look at them as like full-size bonsai trees, you know, because you can cut up the bottoms of them, and once you do, they get pretty cool looking at the top, and they're really neat looking trees. And so I'll sit here, and then I've got a nice view looking back this way when I'm in when I'm in the little hammock there. And then looking this way, gosh, those clouds were not there even just 10 minutes ago, and it's already starting to build. We're supposed to get rain this afternoon, but here's looking towards, you know, the ridge and then all that stuff. We got some people. We got Michelle from Tucson in the house. We got Ronnie here. Terry, hey, Terry Vaughn, what's up, man? Let's see, Mauricio is here. Jennifer here. All right. So, and then here's the beds. I haven't gone over to my neighbor's place yet to get all the soil. Reason being is that I had a tree fall on my leg here. Let me show you. Back here, you can see the bruise that I have on my leg. I chopped down a tree, and when I did right at the end, it hit a branch and pivoted and came back and rolled on my leg. And so that kind of hurt. But I will go over there and get the topsoil to put into there and, you know, get it all dialed down. Yeah, Lance, thanks. Yeah, I'm really excited with how things are looking around here. The goal was, too, is if you look at all the trees around here, you'll notice, like, I cut off the lower branches. Same with, like, over here. And the reason for that is it opens up the view so much. When you're looking back, you can actually kind of, like, see through the trees now and see what's on the ground as opposed to everything was just so socked in. So, Susan D., hello from Rhode Island. I learned how to surf at Narragansett Beach when I was out in Rhode Island going to the Newport Jazz Fest back in 1994. Kind of a funny story. Anyway, so Tyler Quinn, glad to be here. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see, Razo, big ouch, sorry it happened, Brian. Yeah, it kind of hurt my leg a little bit. So Timmy Kramer, meetup's coming soon. Probably this fall after monsoon season sets in and gets everything like really nice and green around here. I wanted to show you though, like everything's starting to get real green. Like all the grass is really starting to liven up, and all that is from the winter season. The winter season out here. I mean, we had snow here last Sunday, so which was crazy. It was only for like 15 minutes, but it was still snowing, which is crazy. So, Joe, the truck's doing all right. I just got to get the other catalytic converter replaced, and then I'll be set. So everything's going good with that. Everything else on it's running good though. And it's running, like the steering's running great. So I'm really pleased with that. I am testing out a new panel from EcoFlow. This is the 220 panel. So far, it's pretty good. I've got it actually. This is kind of a marriage of two brands here, but I've got it powering up the Blue Eddy AC 180. So I'm going to do a review on this one soon. This is a good battery. But also what I've been doing is I've been clearing out this area here. This area used to be socked in with nothing but a bunch of cactus and a bunch of like debris and things like that. So I'm making more of like walking paths around here. Like you can see how I'm doing with like the stone, you know, whoops, let's see, stone. Let's see, how would I do it? Like that, it goes that way. And I mean, I've got plenty of stone around here, so might as well do it. And then if looking this way over here, this is where I've gone through and harvested a lot of the trees to be able to do this stuff. Because if you look over here, that tree right there, that one right there, and then there's a log on the other side of it too, which I'll show to you. Those are going to be the logs that I use to build the shade over my camper, the little roof that I'm going to do over the camper that's going to angle down this way. Then water catchment's going to come off the back, and the water catchment's going to feed the deal over there. So that, as far as the garden is concerned. But if you look down over here, I can't go down too far because the phone will start cutting out. But all those trees that I cut down, that's what I'm using for this, for the resources. So I'm just using stuff from the property and repurposing it. And then I've got all that roofing, which I've got from two friends of mine. One was from my buddy Rob in Prescott, and the other one was from my friend Darren here at the in the neighborhood. He had some metal roofing available, so I've got all that, which I can reuse, so it's really not costing me much at all. Whoops. Hey, what's up, Josh? Yeah, you got to come over and check it out, man. It's really nice. I got this nice little hammock area here next to what I'm doing for the gardens and all that stuff. I cleared all this stuff because if you guys recall in the last live stream, I said this is what it looked like. It looked like this. And then now I've got it over here, looking like this. And so it's been a lot of work, but it's worth it. I mean, I think it's turning out. It's looking great. And the main thing is just taking everything down to like my lower dump area, because I've got so much debris that I've worked up. Like for example, this morning I was filling up my little ATV cart here, because then I can take that and dump it down bottom, or down in the lower meadow where my debris pile is. But all this stuff that you see here, this is all debris from clearing this area right here. So this is all stuff that I have to process up and take it down there. And so it's kind of a pain. But I wanted to show you over here, I've got more tree branches that I'm using for fence posts. So what's nice is if you look at the top here, these kind of have natural forks in them, so you can put tree branches in them. So you could like bury the base of this in the ground, have that come up, and then use that to like line up with something over on that tree, to make your fence. And then same with over on this area, So, but let's see, Monty, you're asking how prevalent are rattlesnakes on your property. I've only seen one, and I've only heard one, and then at the same time, obviously, I saw it in 3 years up here. But they're around. When I was driving in the other day, there was a big one on the road that was dead. Somebody ran over it, but it was a big one. But they're around. I mean, they're definitely here. For whatever reason, I don't think they come up to the ridge part very much. They kind of stay down in the lower section. That's where I saw one. I've never seen one up to where my living space is up here. And so I think we're pretty good. So see, Vivian looks good. Yeah, thank you. I've been working hard. So looks great, man. Cool. Thanks, Hobbit Hole. Yeah, it's really starting to take shape in here, and I'm really having a good time with it. It's nice to have come out here at night, especially when the sun's going down, because the sun goes down kind of right over in that section. So you get a lot of sunlight coming through these tree branches, but also a lot of shade. And then I'll sit here in the hammock and just kind of hang out, come out here, look out over what I've done. What I've done for the day. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And kind of just game plan for the next day. So I really don't have a specific game plan. I'm just going through and just building stuff and just kind of seeing whatever feels good. And then I will eventually clear out this side too, because I'll sock it in with basically the boundary of the garden will be over where those pinyon pines are. Then I'll have it come around and link up with that tree right there. So I'll make a fence in between that. And then people were asking how I'm going to keep the deer and everything and the animals off the plants in here. That's the reason why I've got these on there on this on each bed is because I can easily take wire and wrap it around there, and then you can just tack it on here real easy. So these act as like little studs to where if you want to put the wire that goes all the way around that keeps the animals off, it's easy to do so. And then you can have it go up to about here to where the animals can't put their head in, but I could easily reach in and work with the plants. So that's the thought process of putting little, you know, studs that stick up above each corner, because that way it's really easy to wrap and it's pretty simple to put on there. So Danya, oh hey, pit stop came in right on. Hey, would you also pick me up some chocolate too? Danya and Nat are coming to hang out for a couple days. If you like, M&Ms are fine, just whatever. I'm kind of fiending for it. I've been on this health kick lately, eating real healthy, and I'm kind of wishing I wasn't. So anyway, let's see, Uber X7, checking in from Central Oregon, right on. How's it going up there? Hope the weather's good. It's nice here. We've been having like 70-degree temperatures every day. The rain has been coming. It rained yesterday quite a bit, and well, not quite a bit, but off and on. And then today the clouds are starting to, let me turn it around. The clouds are starting to form. None of these clouds were here just 10 minutes ago, and now they're all just showing up. And so the way it typically is, they'll stack up like right, and then it'll rain where I'm at, but then over in some of the other areas, it's not really, doesn't rain that much. So, see, Luann Baker, really looking good, Brian, lots of hard work. You need a wood chipper. Oh, yeah, actually, so I do have a wood chipper. I don't know if it'll hold. Let's go over here and I'll show you. I've got a wood chipper from Champion, which I need to put together. And then what I could do is when I chip up all the juniper, I mean, that's a cedar, have like cedar mulch, and use that to, you know, make trails around my place and stuff like that. We're getting kind of far away from the router, so hopefully it's holding. But yeah, my chipper is right here, so I got to put that together, and then gonna be doing a video on that probably this week. I've got to get that over to Champion, and then I didn't tell y'all, so my computer is delayed again. So over in Japan, there was a big typhoon that hit, like a huge storm, and I guess it was really bad, and they had tons of flooding and all that stuff. And so the computer was supposed to be here on Thursday. Well, it's not here yet, and it's not going to get here until this Thursday. And so it's kind of frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. It's a, you know, natural event and all that stuff, so it's all good. So let me flip this around. We'll see Sierra right here. What you doing, stinkers? You just sleeping? You just relaxing? She's been relaxing in the sun all day, and now I just brought her inside for the live stream. And I've got her set up to where she stays nice and cool with the AC. And so this is the Zero Breeze. And right now I've got it to where I was going to put in the window unit, the full window unit, but we can get by with just the Zero Breeze. And the nice thing about this is if you look on the battery here, it doesn't pull that much. I'm pulling 268 right now, but my fridge is going, then I've also got my Starlink on, and then I've got a little fan deal. And so right now with the way it's going right now, with it being on, I think it's just like the normal AC. It's not the max one, just the normal AC. That one on like the high setting, I think only pulls like 178 watts continuously, which is pretty good. So yep, also bought it for the garden beds too. Yeah, Luann, I'll definitely be doing that. And also too, I need to rehydrate the soil because the topsoil I'm using has been sitting on the sun for a while. So I'll be doing that. I'm going to rehydrate them in like plastic bins. And I need to go over and grab it from my neighbor's place. I meant to do it this week. It's just with that tree, when it fell on my leg, it kind of hurt. And so I've been kind of slow to do that this week. Instead, what I've been doing is I've just been doing like debris cleanup, which is just taking forever. But once it's done, you know, you only have to do it once, and then once it's done, it's good. And everything's situated down at the bottom part of my property. I've got like a dump area down there for all the debris that I'm accumulating from, like, you know, trees and branches and bushes and all that stuff. And so once I get the wood chipper all set up, I could take that down there and one day just go through it and just create a ton of mulch, which would be great. Then I'd have like a huge mulch pile I could pull from. So let's see, 70s here in Central Oregon. Oh, that's nice, man. Let's see, Margie, she's beautiful. Sierra, yeah, back to Sierra. What you thinking, sweetie? She's kind of tuckered today. We went on a long walk yesterday. I think it kind of wore her out. So we've been kind of chilling, and it's getting a little bit warmer around here. Just to give you guys a heads up of what I want to do for the camper here, so you can see my janky little deal. Oh, Matt, what's going on? That's cool. Thanks for letting me know your real name. Um, but you can see my little janky window deal here. This is just duct tape. I need to take this out and make like a legit type of mount for that window. It's going to be plywood that goes across. That's going to be stained on the outside, and then it's going to have two openings. It's going to have one opening for this, and then another opening that I can take out for the full window unit for when I want to put in the big AC. But essentially, what I'd like to do is build a storage over this. So build this up to about right here. And you see I pulled that out back there to kind of see what was behind. And so I'm going to redo that as well. But basically build like a little box that comes over, and then I can put the air conditioner right up on this right here and kind of have it up a little bit. And then in the wintertime, I could have a stove here, and then just have the stovepipe go right to the ceiling. And then move this over to here, to this area, and then put in a love seat here. And so that way I can also take the fridge and put the fridge right there because it'll fit just fine in that space. And basically open up this area because I don't have a I don't have like a legitimate area to like really like hang out and work on videos. It's either sitting here on the bed or sitting right here and then having the laptop in my lap. And so I want to have like a legitimate area to like hang out, have a table. You know, if I have guests in here, they can sit in there and chill as opposed to like, you know, sitting on the battery or sitting on one of the tire hub, you know, the wheel hub humps that are on here. And so do that, and I'll be good to go. Let's see, Dorothy, will you be able to set up your range catchment? Yeah, I'm going to set that up. So the crazy thing is we haven't had nice weather until last week. And then I need to get, once I get the tree trunks over here, I've got two of them. I've got two, the back tree trunks are up here, and I get the front tree trunks up here, bury them in the ground about a foot or so. And then I'm going to wrap them in wire and then put those rocks that are down. I don't know if you guys have seen that. People put like a wire fence around like a post, you know, sitting out like 6 inches or, you know, a foot or whatever. And then you take a bunch of rocks and put it in there so it acts like a base. So do that for the front ones and the back ones. Then I can build the like, you know, cover over my camper here and then do rain catchment off the back of that. So I'll be good to go. The well here is fixed, the community well, which is what I use to get water. I was having to drive into town, and the problem with that is that water in town was real hard water. The water that we have here from the community well, I got a big old bee over there. The water that we have here from the community well is the softest water on the planet. It just feels great. So I went and got some yesterday. That one, it tastes great too. But went and got some yesterday, and I love it. The way that the new system is set up. You just roll up, punch in a code to unlock it, because you have to unlock this you know, like padlock that's on there. But then you take that off, and then all you do is just attach your hose to it and press the green button, and it goes. So in the past we used to start up a generator and then do all these different things. Now it's just easy. So it's really nice what they've got it. So let's see here. Let's see here. You watching something like, come on. Oh, this is this show. Let's see here. You two are funny. Broken Nomad and Dinah. Oh, and Kevin, I got to get back to you. I got to go get that coffee stuff. I haven't been able to pick that up yet. So next time I go to the grocery store, I'm going to get that. So, but everything's going good around here. Sierra's doing well. We've just kind of been hanging out and just taking it easy. We went camping in Sedona, which was absolutely phenomenal. Oh, what you doing, Pun? Can you give me some kisses over here? So we went camping in Sedona, which was great. And my buddy Doug met us out there and did some stuff, some documentation of like the ruins that I do when I'm out there. And then did a live stream when I was out there, and still doing live streams until the new computer comes in. But once that comes in, that'll be good to go, and I'll be able to get caught up on everything. But let's see. As far as other stuff to do around here, mainly it's just getting the rain catchment set up, and then also getting the garden all squared away. Because once the garden's in, you know, that's good. I can just work on it. And the last frost date out here, I think, is the last of May. It's like May 28th or something like that. And so after that, I can plant. I won't have to worry about, you know, the evening time having it to where. Oh, hey, what's up, Chris? What's that hiking guy's here? That way. Oh, I thought you got the new laptop. Right? No, what I did was I have an older laptop which I fixed. Which I'm like, oh, hey, I got a computer, but I thought it was gonna work for doing videos, and it didn't work at all. And so it's all good. I'm just doing things through my phone right now, and then the new laptop will be here. Like I was saying, it got delayed in the typhoon that was happening over in Japan. So, what you think, Sierra? What do you think? You want to tell him something? You want to say send more milk? Look at those ears perk up. We're out of milk right now, but Danya and Priya are gonna, or Danya and Nat are rolling through Kingman. They'll be here shortly. They're gonna bring us some more milk. So let's see here. Hi from Ireland. Oh, hey, what's going on? Nice. Thanks for tuning in. We'll miss seeing y'all at Overland X. Yeah. Oh, Carolyn. Yeah. Oh, and I owe you an email. I got your email the other day. I just haven't been able to respond. The computer that I have broke, and the problem with it, there's a couple fold. Number one, the screen keeps going in and out, but number two, the keyboard doesn't work, and so it makes it really hard to do so. So check this out. So look at this. Hobbit hole. Thank you so much. Check this out. So see how the clouds are really starting to form now. Remember when we walked out of here, they were just starting to form right there, but now it's all through here. Oh, hey, what's up, Nick? How's it going, man? I hope you and your wife are enjoying your new marriage there. So everything's going good for y'all in the chat. A good weekend. But yeah, so it's definitely starting to kick in. And if like monsoon season's already starting up, then I am thrilled for that to be happening. Here's the other log that I was going to show you that I'm using for the back. So basically what I'll do is I'll bury these right here and then go up to right here and then have it go up like that and we'll be good to go. So Susan D, I love seeing your planning projects and I really love seeing you and Sarah enjoying the work. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of work out here, but it's going well. And just for people, if you're just now tuning in, this is kind of what I'm doing to the garden area out here. I'm going through and I'm kind of lining it with stones that I've got on the property and just making it more of like defined areas because I'll probably cultivate the cactus and all the stuff that's in here and all of the different plants. I definitely would like to take advantage of the prickly pear cactus because you can eat this stuff. And so if you see here, they're starting to flower a little bit, and you can harvest that stuff and eat it once it gets a little bit bigger. So what I want to do is really take care of these areas and make them look real nice. And then I'll have the flower beds, or the raised garden beds over here. And then the eventual goal is I'll use these for food production this year in the summertime. And then once it starts to get colder, I can just build like a little structure that comes over it like this and comes down. And then I can walk into, and that way in the wintertime, I'll be able to still grow food and stuff like that because they're raised beds, so they won't be freezing. So, see, converting Starlink to run on 12-volt DC. Oh yeah, Broken Nomad. That definitely would be good. See, are you on the strip? I want to go hiking. I don't know what that means. I'm on Starlink if that's what you're asking. So, prickly pears make great daiquiris. Oh, I'll have to remember that. So Hodad 3000. I'll have to remember that they make good daiquiris. I'm going to look up all that stuff online and see because I've got another one right here. And I purposely didn't take these out. These are some of the bigger prickly pear that were in here. I had some smaller ones, but they're a little bit more sickly. But these big ones that were in here in the garden area, I'm just going to keep them in here and not get rid of them. And that way, oh, see, Arizona Strip, west of Grand Canyon. Oh, I see. I want to go. My bad. Yeah, I'm kind of actually southwest of there, I'd say about 80 miles or so. Let's see, is it about 80 miles? Oh, no, it's a little bit more than that. Probably about 100 miles, I would think. So, but back to the garden area. This is where I've just got the water tote. This is the water tote I'm going to turn in my shower. So, I need to take these off this week, get these beams off, cut the top off, and then just raise it up, and then build a gazebo around it for that. But I'm not gonna do it there. That's gonna be where the chicken coop is, and so the chicken coop will be there. That way there's shade, and they'll be all set. And that's that. So you can make jelly with the fruit. Oh, cool, Mama Cat. I'll definitely do that. So Vivian Sanchez, you and Sierra look good. Yeah, we're enjoying life out here. It's been nice, and I've been taking a lot better care of myself. I can eat a lot more different foods these days, which has been really nice. And I started working out again, so I started lifting weights this past week, and I started taking supplements again because for the longest time I couldn't drink like the protein shakes. It would just destroy me when I had that parasite. But I ordered all this stuff here. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but ordered all this stuff here like the whey protein, got the pre-workout stuff, the BCA, which helps to support muscle recovery, and then same with the creatine. So back when I was in the corporate world and when I lived in a house in Denver, I actually used to weigh about 190 pounds, And I actually used to be kind of muscular, and so I'd like to see if I can get back there again and you know, go from there. What you thinking, little sweetie? You just taking it easy here? So I've got Sierra lined up with the air conditioner. Just now tuned in. It's pretty nice here, but the only thing is in the afternoon. By the time the sun hits the roof of the camper, you know, all day long, it can be a little warm in here. So let's see. You've come a long way with the property since Monty. Yeah, Monty Lee. Yeah, it's it's been a lot of effort, but I'm glad to have to done everything. I like that I've done it by hand because I think it makes it look cooler, and so you know, I think it makes it look like just more unique and I don't know, more homey, I guess. The only thing is your body feels it. So that's where like that hot tub out there, like I'm not kidding you, that thing saves my life out here. it's it's like that, you know. Once I'm done with a long day's work. The other day I didn't have water, and I didn't have the new code to the well, and so I didn't have a way to go get water. And I had a long work day out here. I did sun up to sundown of just moving debris and taking debris down and cutting more limbs down and, you know, making fence and all that stuff. And I didn't sleep at all at night because my body hurt so bad. But then last night I got water yesterday. I did one last night and slept like a champ. So glad you're taking better care of us. Yeah, Susan D, I'm glad to be feeling better too, because, you know, for the longest time, especially when I was down to like, you know, when I was really skinny, I was still on the road. I was 119 pounds. And that parasite just wreaked havoc on me. I mean, it was crazy, and then I couldn't eat. You know, I couldn't eat normal food or anything like that. And it just got to the point to where I was so frustrated all the time because I felt so bad, and I couldn't get a right diagnosis and all that stuff. And so, I'm just really fortunate that I'm feeling better because I think I had a lot of frustrations back then, which I masked from the channel. I didn't talk about it, but when you're not feeling good like that, like everything's hard, you know, and especially living the way that I was living. Now that I'm in the camper, it's a little bit easier on me. But, you know, when I was in the truck full time, that's not an easy lifestyle to do day in and day out. And just to be full time truck camping, especially in a small truck like that. It's one thing if you got a big camper, that's kind of a different story. But you know, when it was a small camper like that, or they're just basically in the topper, and not feeling well, and then Sierra got sick and everything, it was time for us to get off the road for a little while. So yeah, so Mama Cat, these are the Epsom salts that I use. Check this out. Um, so I like the Muscle Soak mineral. It's like the mineral Muscle Soak Epsom salt, and then this one from Sprouts. It's a lavender one, which is really good for sleeping. So both of those are nice, and that's got legitimate essential oils in it and all that stuff. So it really works well. So, so you should get a van to get broken up. Yeah, thing is, I think I'm done spending money on vehicles for a while. I've spent so much money on my truck over the years, and especially lately with all the repairs that I've had to do, just day in and day out. It's been nonstop, but I think we're almost about done. And so I was thinking about getting a new, not like a new to me, but like a first gen Tundra. But then I thought I don't want to spend any more money. Like I'm tired of spending money right now. And you know, with YouTube not going that great these days, with the, you know, the algorithm's crazy. But then before that, I had the shadow ban, which was like 14 months before anybody else. So I know that mine was kind of independent of that. But with that, you know, I just don't want to spend any money right now. So let's see here. My mom ended up in intensive care from dehydration. Ooh, hobbit hole. Let's see what we're talking about. Looks great from here. Oh, cool. Thanks for that, hobbit hole. Yeah, it's been fun, like building everything. I mean, initially, you know, that first year that I was here was essentially cutting in the road because I did it all by hand, and I've almost got the road done. There's just like I probably need to do like 4 or 5 more cartfuls of dirt to really level it out because you know, I built the road on the flat section that ran up here. I wanted to keep that for living space, and I built the road on the back side where it slopes down, so it actually I had to level it. So that's oh, Lee Davis. Oh, that's no problem. Thanks for tuning in. So that's why, you know, that took so long to do that. But I'm glad I did it like that because I think it turned out really cool looking. And what I want to do for up here, you know, where the camper is just build that water catchment this year, which is going to be the cover for the camper. And then, you know, once monsoon season, what you got back there, Pumpkin? You got something going on your leg? Once monsoon season really sets in, then we can, if we want to move the camper down to the creek, we can, or we can just hang here. What you got, sweetie? Oh, you're just always giving me kisses. You're a good girl, Sierra. She likes the fact that what she likes is the fact that I've got a lot of salt on my skin because I've been out working all day and sweating. But let me show you what else we've been up to for those that are just now tuning in. So, Dora's open for you in Sierra. Oh, thanks, Susan D. I appreciate that. I haven't been to Rhode Island, gosh, since college. I'd love to go back. I always thought Providence was a cool town. All right, so here's the area where I'm working on. I'm kind of making like little stone walkways around here and sectioning off the areas which I plan on gardening a little bit, and then using natural materials for the fences and just burying the posts in the ground like that, doing it for both sides. And then I've got fence posts over here too, and they're basically, if you look over there, you can see I've got tons of juniper logs and branches. And I kept all those because that's what I'm using for the fence, you know, for the fence for the around the entire area here. So as I go through and clear more of the debris, because it's like my day is constantly filled with filling that up and taking it down to the lower area to dump it. But once I go through here and clear out more stuff, I've got a little bit more to clear here. Then I can start using these branches, which turn into like perfect fence posts. You bury that in the ground about a foot, and then you line this up with something over there, and then you put a branch in between it, and you can make what's like, you know, looks like natural kind of fences. And so fence all this in all the way down, all the way around to where the cowboy cabin is down there. And I'm going to use that cowboy cabin just for like staging materials, you know, and I'm not gonna use it as a living space yet because I've got way too much work to do over in this area to get all the gardens ready to go and all that stuff. So the cowboy cabin right now, if you look over there, it's just basically, you can see I got a bunch of stuff in it. It's just storage, and I am gonna slowly work on it. But the main priority right now is getting the garden going and getting the beds installed this week, because by next week I'll be able, the frost warning we'll have. Let's see, is it next week? Yeah, next week, the end of next week, the frost warning will have passed, and so you can plant and you're good to go. So getting exhausted just looking at everything I've done. Yeah, it's been good out here. I mean, I've done a lot of work. It's been a ton of work because, you know, the whole garden area just used to look like this. It was just covered with nothing but trees and bushes and all that stuff, and then here's what it looks like now. You know, so it's like everything up until that I've pushed up over on the side, like all that's debris. It looks like a hedgerow, but it's not. It's all debris from stuff that I've cut down, you know, from this area here. So it's good. It's a lot of work, but it's coming together, and I think it looks really nice. And once you come into the property, once you drive in past like this, I got like kind of like an S drive when it comes in initially. Once you drive past that and you can see all the stuff behind me here, it's kind of cool because, you know, it's starting to come together. And the one thing I will say is that I'm really glad that I had an opportunity to live on the property for as long as I have without building stuff, because you get a sense for how the property lives, you know. And so I know the areas up here that get more wind than others. I know the areas that get more sun than others, stuff like that. And so that helped me determine where I wanted to put, you know, where am I going to put my raised garden beds? Where am I going to put my chicken coop? You know, where do I want to put my hammock at? You know, different stuff like that. As opposed to if I just would have come in here and start cutting stuff without really knowing what I was doing, and, you know, really trying to build out the property without seeing how it lives first, you might set up in an area that you don't ultimately want to be in. You know, you might want to be in another area. So that's something that I'd recommend. Like if you're going to go off grid, you know, do it to where you have time to like figure out where you want to be on your property. You know, what I did initially was I set it up here to say, let's see, broken up. I can't wait to get out there again. Yeah, man. I tell you what, if the springs keep being like the spring this year out here, it's going to be insane. Like the last year it was a lot more. It was a lot warmer earlier and pretty dry, but this year has just been nice and like overcast days like this, and, you know, intermittent rain. There was a bunch of snow all spring. It was awesome. But back to what I was saying about having an off-grid property, you know, if you can set it up initially as like just a recreation property to where you go out and camp it from time to time, then that'll give you a sense of like how the property lives, and then that will give you a good idea of like, okay, you know, I want to put my camper here, and then I want to put my garden, over here, and then I want to have a shed back there, or whatever. Um, I know that some people want to buy a piece of parcel and boom, get going. And I understand that because I wanted to do the same. But I'm glad that, like, me at the time, I wasn't feeling very good. And I didn't have a lot of strength to be able to do all the stuff I'm doing now because I was still getting over that parasite. And so it forced me just to kind of stay put and see how this property lives. And I'm glad that I kind of like didn't do a whole lot because my ideas changed as far as where I want to be on the land. So it's been great though. I mean, I'm loving it out here. It's definitely definitely a cool area to be out here in northern Arizona. I love it. It's the solitude is what I love the best. It's like the peacefulness and the solitude is what I think is hard to find in other areas. Like I used to get it in Colorado a little bit, but Colorado does have a lot of people these days, and the land in Colorado is really expensive. Now the land out here is expensive too, but if you know where to look, it's not. If you get away from the big cities and get away from Prescott, Sedona, Flagstaff, those areas, and kind of get out in the sticks, then you can find land that's relatively affordable. I got my 14 acres for $20,500, and I was lucky enough that at the time YouTube was really cranking, and so I paid cash for the property, so I don't have any debt. And I'd recommend, like, if you're gonna go live off grid and you want to make it like your full-time thing, like, do it to where you have very minimal debt, or at least so I mean, if you could do it to where you have zero debt, that's the way to do it. But things come up out here. You don't want to have it to where you've got a bunch of expenses or where you're just barely getting by every month, because you do want to have some wiggle room for additional costs to build things. So it's just kind of something to think about. But oh, excuse me. Oh, wow, Carolyn, thank you so much for that. Thank you for that super chat. That's great. So I hope you all have fun at Overland Expo this year. I would be going, but with Sierra and the way she feels these days, I think it's probably best to stay here. She can't walk very far, and she walks really slow. And so I figured, I'm like, I don't want to put her through it. And it looks like it's going to rain a bunch next week. So I don't know how Overland, if it's going to affect the expo or not. But I'll definitely be going next year. And I think after Sierra's, time comes, I'm probably going to wait a little while to get another dog, because I want to do some pretty long backpacks and stuff like that. But then after, after I get those knocked out, I definitely want to get a dog again. Oh, and I was going to tell you. So let's see here. I wonder if I don't know how I can do it. I'm going to post the thing up, but I got Sierra's genetic test back. And so, funny thing is she's 10% Chihuahua, which I think is funny. Baby Yoda, what's up, man? Thank you for that, brother. To $10, so thank you. Where is the monthly newsletter? Oh, Leslie, I don't have my computer yet. So I had, I've ordered a computer from Apple. At first they said it was going to be in on the 5th, and then they said it was going to be in this past Thursday. So what was that, the 9th? And now they say it's going to be in on the 17th. So it's been really late. So it's going to come as soon as I get my new computer and I can log in and get that squared away. But as for right now, there is no monthly newsletter at the moment because I can't access. I forgot all my passwords, and so hopefully I can get all that squared away once I get the new computer and get that all set up. But I'll definitely have one out though. I'm going to send one out anyway, even though it's going to be super late for the month of May. Back in here, we'll say what's up to Sierra real quick. She got there, pumpkin. Oh, baby girl, what are you doing? You're just a good girl, sweetie. So she's doing good. She does have a lot of pain on her right side, because the right side over here is where one of the main tumors is, on the right side of her butt here. And she does have some tumors in her lungs, but she's still doing well. I mean, she gets up in the morning and she wants to get out of the camper almost immediately and go for a walk and use the restroom and all that stuff. Her appetite's still great, and so that's good. And then I'm continuing to give her CBD, and then the Panicer C, that fenbenzidol. That's proven to really help shrink tumors. And then also the stuff from Vitality Science. For those that are unaware, there's a company called Vitality Science out there. They're from West Virginia, and they create supplements that are all natural for dogs and cats that have various illnesses like cancer, Cushing's disease, stuff for like, animals that have, seizures, stuff like that. And I think it works really well because like there was a couple days where I ran out of the medicine for her from Vitality Science. And so once I got it, and I noticed those couple days when she didn't have it, she started to kind of like get a little real lethargic. It wasn't very active or anything. And then as soon as I got the medicine back in her, she just perked right back up and was ready to go. So let's see here. So love between you and Sierra is wonderful and precious. Thank you for taking care of her. Ah, thanks, Sabrina. I appreciate that. Yeah, she's just the best. And Carolyn Steele, or Carolyn, you're right. She's just anything I can do to take care of her. And she's just so much fun to hang out with. And I mean, even with her being sick, she's still as goofy as ever. Like when we get up in the morning and go for a walk, we'll hop out of the door here, and immediately she's jumping around and trying as much as she can, just being goofy and stuff. And then in the middle of the night, she'll wake me up, and like I sleep on this side of the bed right here, and so she sleeps over there. But then I'll wake up in the middle of the night sometimes, and she's literally standing right here looking straight down at my face, like 2 inches away from my face, and then she just attacks me, licks my face like crazy for like 5 minutes, and then goes back to sleep, which I think is pretty funny. So let's see, Blaine, yeah, what a great place. Thank you very much. We're working hard to get it all squared away. I think the next thing that I want to do after I get the garden and the awning all set up is get more of a defined area here to where I can kind of, get my solar panels moved out and make this more of a hangout area and get it more of a wood processing area, maybe back over there a little bit, and get it kind of away from this spot and make it more of a chill area. I also want to pull this up and make a legitimate deck for this. And then I'm getting ready to make a cover for the hot tub using, I've got some planks here, which I've started to sand. And then I'm going to treat them and then make a cover for that, which is going to just basically be a cutout of this. And then I've got a tarp, which I'll use for the underside of it to make it to where it'll stay in there. And then knock out that little bush right there and make it to where the view, because when you're sitting down right here, it kind of gets in the way just a little bit of looking out. And so knock that out, and then probably clear out some of this stuff too and make it a little bit more open through here. So that way, if you're laying in here, you can look out and really see a great view. So let's see here. Boy, did I mention your bitch and ceiling tiles? Yeah, those things are awesome. That's the guy that I bought it from. He had it available for sale. He was from Eagle, Colorado, and he's the one that did that. So I thought it was really cool looking, and I kept it because I was like, yeah, I think that looks pretty awesome. Definitely looks like the old like saloons with the tin stamped ceilings. So let's see here. Looks like you got the awning fixed from that one. Yeah, Broken Nomad. I've got it all squared away. I just basically had to sew a few holes where it just got punctured a little bit, but it's all good. So we're about to play Frogger with those AC bottles. Donnie, take it. Be careful. They're bad out there. So let's see. Great idea in the hot tub area. So the deck will look cool. Yeah, Hobbit hole. I'm excited for that. So. See, Josh, she's the most lovable, excited dog I've ever been on. Oh, yeah. Thanks, brother. She's a good one. So, yeah, I think over here, putting in a good deck and then, just making like a better fire pit and all that stuff. And then making it to where I've got more of a defined area to cut up all the firewood to process everything. So, I think that's where we're knocking out a bunch of these, shrubs over here. Just kind of take this out and make it to where this area right here, just kind of open it up a tad bit. Just make the wood processing area right there. And get it out of the way of the main area, because then I sometimes track all this stuff into the camper, which isn't that great. So, all right, everybody, let's go through the area over here one more time for those that are just now tuning in. This is the garden area that I've got going on. Here's the fences that I'm making out of the trees and the materials that I have here from the property. Putting down little stone barriers and kind of sectioning off, some areas that I want to put in a little bit more of a garden stuff, like just put in some natural plants that look real nice. And then I kept a lot of these cactus here. They get really cool looking. You can see them. They're growing. They get really cool looking flowers on them and stuff like that during monsoon season. So I kept a lot of these like naturally in here and just put in a little bit of a walking path, which I need to continue this on around and goes that way. So the majority of my time that I've spent over here over the past week has been just getting all the debris out of here. And you can see it looks like I've got a wall over there, but it's not a wall. It's just a bunch of debris that I need to take down to the dump area. So let's see here. Now can we go? Stress come a long way. I was telling my kids about you. And oh, Sheila, thanks. Yeah, it's come a long way. It's been a lot of work. A lot of work. Because when I got here originally, the only place that was open was this little area right over here, and it was open from like basically right here, and then there was like this little circle area that was open, and there was that area right there, and that's it. Like everything else, like the whole drive that I put in here, and then over on this way too, that drive that I put in, and then the drive that goes all the way down the property and down to the base and to the other side. I did all that by hand, and then everything else has been by hand. So, but it's coming together and it looks nice. And I can kind of start to relax a little bit now too, because things are coming together in the way I want. And it's looking cool. I'm pleased with it. And now what I can do is spend my time really dialing it in and making it look nice. So, new computer should be here hopefully by this weekend. And we'll get a bunch of new videos up for you. In the meantime, we'll just do another live stream between now and then. And I'll keep you guys informed of what's going on around here. And other than that, thanks for the support, everybody. Thanks for always tuning in. Hey, also too, if you are subscribed or if you haven't, you know, definitely I would love it if you would. But make sure like like the bell thing is turned on, because they changed it again on YouTube. So you got to click on it and then click the all thing to get the notifications for stuff. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll do another live stream here. Probably they're supposed to be having some. So I'd like to do it while the monsoons are kicking, because it sure is pretty out here, and it's awesome when the storms are raging. So we'll tune out with Sierra. A little shot of her real quick. What's up, baby girl? What you doing over here? You just being a stinker? So, you getting a little hot in here? You want to go outside? All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.